No niin, terve vaan kaikki. Jatkellaan Darkness Withinin parissa. Jälleen kerran olisi Howardin aika mennä nukkumaan ja itkemään itsensä unen. Saa nähdä millaisia painajaisia tällä kertaa nähdään. Ja ilmestymme johonkin luolaan keskellä talvea. I am freezing. It is very cold here. Okei. Onpa katsomaan. Päästäänkö pois? It's freezing cold outside. Ei sitten. En mä koe, että täällä luolassa olisi yhtään se lämpöisempää. Siis jotain palasia, joita käytetään sitten seuraavassa puzzlessa. Kerätään tätä ympäriinsä niitä tuosta ja tuosta nyt taitaa olla kaikki palaset kasassa. Käs tänne ja hakataan ne tähän näin. Noin. Nyt meillä on yhtenäinen 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. What is this thing? It looks like some kind of an instrument. It resembles a didgeridoo, an Australian Aboriginal wind instrument. It looks quite ancient. Sitten vilkaistaan niitä. Ei, 2, 3, 1, 2. This hose used to make this thing produce sounds. Its sound. It gives me the creeps. Chilling. Chillaillaan. 2, 3, 1, 2. Yksi, 2, 4. Kolme, 1, 2, 1. Kaksi, 1, 4. Okei. Tää koko luolahan romahtaa nyt. Howard elää seiso siinä sinä ja murskaudut niiden kaikkien kivien alle. Susta ei jää märkää läiskääkään jäljelle. I feel so tired. What are these nightmares doing to me? Or am I going mad? I feel exhausted. All of my energy has been drained. Vähän niin kuin jossain D&D-pelissä. I still feel tired. How long have I been sleeping? What? It's the 13th of November. It was the 10th when I went to sleep. I have slept for 3 days. What's happening to me? Am I sleepwalking? 3 days lost. Day 4, time loss, November 13, 2011. No, jatketaan tutkimista. I wonder if their test results are ready. I'd better ask Arthur about it. No kilautetaanpa Arthurille.
Yes?
Hi, Arthur.
Oh, hi, Howard. How are you doing?
Listen, I just wanted to know if you had got anything back yet about the substance I left in my office.
Yes, I've got the report right here. Just a moment. Yes, here it is. It's nasty stuff, all right. Some kind of neural medicine mixed with a hallucinogen. And no ordinary hallucinogen, according to the report. Although they're not sure yet exactly what it is.
Thanks, Arthur. That's all I needed to know.
Don't mention it. Take care.
You too. See you soon.
Medicine analysis results. No niin, nyt varmaan päästään jatkamaan tutkimista Ivar Bergenin mökillä. I hope that no one is here to disturb. Jeps, toivotaan niin. Päästään tutkimaan paikkoja. Olenpa siellä yläkerrassa nyt heti ensimmäisenä. Tänne. Avataanpa nyt näitä pöytälaatikoita. Tosta. Otetaan tutkimaan. Dear IB, I will try to write down completely all the information regarding to the strange disappearance of Mr. R, which I have learned directly from Mr. F.V. IB. This must be Ivar Bergenin. No doubt. These are his initials. I beseech you to send this mail to Mr. Kerwin, too, because as you know, I have to leave for jälleen today. About 1 month ago, Mr. R had written a letter to Mr. F.V. mentioning a police operation was being conducted in the area where he was living and how he felt uncomfortable because of this event. According to what Mr. R said, police heard some unusual things and because of this they started their investigation in the suburbs. Some people have been arrested, but the reason for these arrests has not been announced publicly. In the successive days, Mr. F.V. got in touch with one of our police friends and got some information regarding the strange operations. It seems they have a friend within the police department. I now understand why Clark told his brother not to go to the police regarding this matter. Police friends. According to a police connection, the investigation focused on 2 Japanese sailors and what they had brought from some eastern Indian islands. Mr. R tried to retrieve information regarding these Japanese sailors. These sailors gave some objects from some eastern Indian islands where they often sailed with merchant ships to some unknown persons in the suburbs. At a tavern called Knight's Head, he learned from an undependable source, from a drunk, that police seized one of those objects in the course of the investigation. According to the drunk, they had sold a very ancient parchment to someone named Lecroix and were paid very generously. Then these two had quit sailing and went back to their country, Gabon. That last object, the parchment, was very important to Dazers. Mr. R said all of this in his last letter to Mr. F.B., but after a month, when Mr. F.B. noticed that no replies to his letters had been coming from Mr. R, He wanted to visit him personally. When he arrived at his house, there was no trace of Mr. R. That is all that Mr. F.V. told me. He is now residing at Mr. R's place and waiting for further orders. I have sent a letter to Mr. F.V. telling him to contact you, and I hope that he will visit you soon. Your servant, Chick by G. Jeps. Sitten lisää. My old friend, you may be worried because you haven't heard from me for some time, but I can assure you that you will be surprised when you see the things that I have found. In the package that I have sent you, I have added all of the copies of my discoveries together with the notes about that I have written. It is very noticeable that they are very ancient, but still I think that they were copied from an even more ancient source. The drawings on the fourth parchment seem particularly attractive and confusing. They may seem meaningless at first, but when you inspect the notes that I have added, they will be clearer. I think that the sign with an Ouroboros around it serves as a key or source for the others. And I still cannot understand the meaning of the diagram on which the familiar celestial bodies are shown in the strange locations. If you could find any clues about these matters, please let me know. Even if I wanted to talk about these things excessively, I have to stop here for now. I have to travel shortly and I want to return for one month hence. You will not be hear from me during that time. I think that I will be back at the latest on 28 November 2011. This is someone's date of return to their residence. But who will return where? The time is getting closer and thus these things will start to become more complex. P.S. I think that there is a connection between my discoveries and the book you have sent, but it would be best to leave this until our next conversation since I have not been able to examine it sufficiently. John D. Mä luulen, että se on tuo päivämäärä ja tuo nimi. This is someone's date of return to the residence, but who will return? Okei, en sit tiedä. Otan lisää. Hi friend, I want to proudly announce to you that we have discovered what we have been seeking. The city was lying buried in the sand 1 mile northwest of the location we last dug at. According to some local legends, all of the inhabitants of the city were killed when the city was buried under the sands because of their sins. These legends have greatly influenced the locals, as we noticed when we excavated the city. We uncovered it after 2 weeks of exhausting work. The first things that we noticed were the skeletons and abundance of bones scattered everywhere, some of which appeared to have been gnawed on. We found parchments which contained pictures and some strange hieroglyphs in a cave that was most likely used as a library. The sections with pictures look like they are about necromancy and sorcery. One parchment in particular is very exciting because it has some sections that look like the Voynich manuscript, which is thought to be related to the botanic. In some buildings stained low altars which have really exciting symbols on them greet the eye. Inside the buildings with these low altars, it is apparent that at one time the walls were adorned with colorful petroglyphs. This desert is not as auspicious as it first seemed. I listened to the sounds which Marco Polo had mentioned, and I can say that he was right. I remember this from a book I read a long time ago. It mentioned the sounds that Marco Polo heard in the Central Asian desert Taklamakan, place of no return. Some nights speech and music were heard so close to our camp that it would be fatally not to try to record them. But it cannot be said that we were successful in that attempt, because the only thing we had were the screams of the wind that was continuously moving the sands and immersing us in incoherent thoughts. I think that this discovery is an important step on the way to our ultimate goal, which needs to be examined a bit more. I hope I can send detailed documents about all of our discoveries in a short time. Take care till then. Shalif bin Humar. Lisää. Brother, I hope you are alright. Happily, I want to declare to you that the EB problem has been solved. EB? The little building in the garden is under our control now, and we have already started to examine it. Since we couldn't take that old fool's house in ordinary ways, we have used the last and the most direct solution. Now, JD is residing there. I'm sure that you will want to join him in his examination. To communicate with him, please use KD78GT8. There's a weird combination here. It seems like an encrypted combination of numbers and letters. Is this an address? Encrypted combination. And we have found a palanquin through which contains some objects. We think that those objects are some kind of keys, but a further investigation is needed. We did not yet try those on the target location because, as you know, to enter some places without knowledge may be very dangerous. Regards, IB. IB. This must be Ivar Bergenin. No doubt, there are his initials. Nyt sitten tuo numeroyhdistelmä, eli KD78 GT8, niin on puhelinnumero. Eli se on KD 78 GT8. Of course. Letters on the phone buttons are used to encrypt the number. Vastaako sieltä kukaan? Nobody is answering the phone. I'd better ask Arthur to find out who this number belongs to. Soitetaan sitten Arthurille, se saa ottaa selvää, että kenen numero se on.
Yes?
Hi, Arthur. It's Howard. I need you to do me another favour.
Yes, of course.
I've got a phone number here. 537-8488. I need to know what address that is.
No problem, Howard. I'll call you back when I found it.
Thanks, Arthur.
Joo. Nyt alkaisi olla aika täysi ja lopetellaan nyt tällä erää tässä. Ja jatkellaan sitten taas ensi kerralla. Eli Se on moro.